Downtown clubs raided, a cocaine ring busted, and 3 brothers and countless others charged with a number of serious crimes. Josh Hinkle takes us through it all in our Sunday special.
Every day it's something new with this case. First, allegations of money laundering, guns, and drugs. Next, suspected connections to the militant group Hezbollah, the Texas Syndicate prison gang, and the unsolved homicide of a former business partner. A close family friend talked to us in the wake of the raid and said it's a lot for the 3 Yassine brothers to go up against.
They are working so hard, and they are making good money too, and a lot of people working for them. They're doing good business.
Shokri Ben Yusuf has been good friends with the Yassine's father for more than a decade. In that time, he says he's seen their businesses grow, but not in the way prosecutors are describing. Investigators said in court this week that Mike Yassine told an informant he wanted to launder between $200,000 and $1 million in drug money through his clubs. They said evidence includes recorded conversations and surveillance videos of Steve Yassine and the informant setting up a drug deal and gun purchases. That's just the tip of this case, something Ben Yusuf says federal officials have all wrong. He says it's so out of character for them that if they are guilty, he'll be the first to ask the judge for the strongest punishment possible.
I was shocked when I heard it the first time, and nobody believes they are in that kind of business like that. And I go to clubs all the time, to their clubs, and I don't see things like that. Everybody will be shocked.
So far, Mike Yassine, the owner of the 8 clubs, and his brother Steve were denied bond. The third brother, Hadi, is out on a $25,000 bond, but the money is running short, according to this family friend. With the businesses closed, not much is coming in. The TABC order in their windows says they can't sell or serve alcohol, so it's a little tough to make money to pay your landlord. One of the clubs, Malaya on 6th Street, a historic building dating back to 1875. The landlord wanted to keep it in the family. When she bought out her siblings, Mike Yassine was her very first renter, someone she says was the dream tenant. She says he's had the lease since 2007 and was always very polite. He put more than $1 million into improvements here and always paid on time. The landlord, who lives out of state and spoke to me over the phone, wouldn't say much about what she charges Yassine, but a local commercial realtor tells me it's likely between $11,000 and $26,000 each month. It's just one of 8 of Yassine's nightclubs raided by federal agents last week in a money laundering, drug, and firearms investigation. Since the arrest of Yassine and 9 of his associates, the landlord said at least 10 interested parties have constantly contacted her, offering to step in as new renters. Yassine is still obligated to pay rent even if he's in jail, though. If he doesn't, the landlord can go after his private property. But for now, she doesn't want to rent to another tenant, waiting to see how the case against Yassine plays out. It's a case the people around here still find it hard to fathom.
Honestly, yes. So I was downtown last night on Thursday night. There was definitely less hopping than it might be otherwise. But I think on the east side, like East 6th has been more buzzing now, and the warehouse district still has plenty of great clubs that are open, and they seem to be doing just fine.
We've also learned the tenant here, Mike Yassine, is a person of interest in the unsolved homicide of his former business partner, Paresh Patel. According to APD, Patel had a disagreement with the brothers shortly before he disappeared in 2000. His body has never been found.
His vehicle was last seen at 7 p.m. on Monday evening.
Paresh Patel was a successful 6th Street business owner, but his disappearance in September of 2000 baffled police and friends.
No one's heard from him, no one's talked to him. His car was found abandoned, so no one really knows where he's at all.
Those who knew him say Patel was a devoted father and a shrewd businessman who owned several downtown clubs as a partner in Yassine Enterprises.
This bottle runs you $8,000.
Back in 2008, Mike Yassine spoke to KXAN about a new club he just opened called Qua.
My goal is to open 1 bar every year, keep the trend going.
He was on top of Austin's entertainment scene.
I feel like it is my duty and I'm responsible to keep Austin ahead of the nightlife industry and keep things fresh.
He opened the first of his bars, Treasure Island, back in 1996.
I think it cost me $50,000 to open my first bar at the time, and that was a lot of money.
Yassine and Patel were business partners, but Austin police say they had an argument shortly before Patel disappeared, but the case went cold. Then in 2004, a member of the Texas Syndicate prison gang testified during a murder trial that members of that gang had killed Patel and buried his body under what is now a grocery store in Buda. During these federal hearings, prosecutors linked one of the Yassine brothers' associates to the Texas syndicate, a charge that man denied. Those who knew Patel now want to know if the raids on 6th Street last week may finally lead to some answers about what happened to him. Also out of federal court, allegations that the Yassines have ties to the Islamic group Hezbollah. Federal officials said thousands of dollars were transferred to a relative in Lebanon reportedly connected to that group. In the meantime, Austin police are still investigating the Patel disappearance, and they want anyone with information to call the APD homicide tip line or Crime Stoppers. In the studio, Josh Hinkle, KXAN News.